Hey, welcome back to the deeper dive. I hope you all are having a very nice Saturday. And today I would like to talk a little bit about Stronghold and their token SHX, as well as cover some price points for SHX and Velo that I will be looking for in the mid to long term. Now, I'm very excited for these targets to be shared because they are super fun and it would be amazing. I do believe that they will happen one day as well. I am super bullish on these assets in the long term. By the long term, I mean within the next, let's say, 5 years, by 2029, 2030. Although that does not mean that this will not happen in the next year. You just never know with these types of assets, and I will give an example for that as well. But let's cover a little bit about Stronghold here. I'd like to show you guys their website. It's stronghold.co. Check it out for yourself. You can see how their mission is to provide fast, secure, and accessible financial services for all. Some of the things they're doing, like it says, is building that financial structure for everyone. And they're also eco-friendly with SHX. Luckily, it's built on the Stellar blockchain, which is super eco-friendly, uses practically little to no carbon, from what I understand. And the way that Stronghold does this is people who use payments through their solution can receive rewards with SHX as sort of one way to reduce fees for those transactions. And on top of that, gives a little incentive for a cash advance, although it's not cash, it is cryptocurrency, and which is deflationary. So you could kind of see where we're headed in the long term with more adoption that will help fuel that and fuel the token price in a longer perspective. But that is the whole point of the deflationary system. And they also have lots of good leadership. Tammy Camp formerly worked for Stellar, and Sean Bennett, a very good developer. He was co-founder of the project since the very beginning, obviously co-founder, but he has been with them the whole time, and from my understanding, he is partly the brains of the operation in terms of the SHX blockchain. Now, I'd also like to show you guys who their team has worked with. We can see some big names: Stellar, Netflix, Gap, Coinbase, JP Morgan, Chase & Co., as well as Walmart Labs, Plaid, Deutsche Bank, Yale, NYU, etc. And these are some of their investors and advisors. You can see Square, which is a big payment processing platform, and lots of others. Go ahead and take a look at these for yourself. I will be doing a deeper dive soon, the next few days, week or so. There's just so much to cover. I would like to give you guys this introduction. I'd also like to share this just for fun. So this is Square. So you could see Square, one of their investors and advisors. And in Q1 of 2023, this was from their earnings report, we can see that 4 billion individual sales transactions happened on Square. Now imagine if Square used Stronghold to potentially process some transactions and take a portion of that. That could be a great use case. I would also like to share Tammy Camp's experience here. Like I mentioned, she was head of growth at Stellar from 2014. This says 6 months. Sorry, now I'm just seeing this. This says 6 months, although I was fairly sure that this was 2 years. I thought it was from 2014 to 2016. But looking back, it says it's only 6 months. I'm interested actually to double check that in a later video, and I will. But either way, nonetheless, you understand where I'm headed with this. Worked at Stellar when they were very new, worked at Walmart, and has a very good background in the internet, was founder of Internet Retail Services, which was a platform for promoting your products on Google, on Binge, whatever internet platform you use. And this was pretty early on from 2001 to 2004. So we can tell that Tammy Camp has been ahead of her time. Now, I would like to go on to these price targets, and I'll show you guys this chart, which is Coinbase's SHX chart. And it's not candlesticks, although we can see in 2021 we had a high of around 6 cents. And we can also see on cryptorank.io, over here on this side, we have a high of around 6 cents and an all-time low of 6 zeros after the decimal and 6.8. So now we can head on to the chart here. This is SHX, and I know it might look a little confusing to see at first. I'll clear this up just a little bit here to try and help you guys. So what we have here is we have our Fibonacci tool, which is what is used to help create price targets when coins go into an expansion beyond their all-time high. So we have this Fibonacci drawn here from the top of around 6 cents to the low at that 6068 spot. And I have drawn this out already. And we can see that this would lead to some price targets beyond our all-time high of over 7 cents, around 9 to 10 cents. And we have this target at 15 cents. We have this target at about 22 cents. And we have this one at about 27. Now, I do really like this 15-cent target because it has two confluences. We have this fib lining up on this side and this one on this side. So I like that one a lot. I will definitely take some of my bag out when we get there. And from these levels, I will share that 15 cents is a 35x on your money, 36x on your money. So that is a phenomenal return. Beyond to this 21-cent level, we have a 53x, and to this 27-cent level, we have a 66x. Very exciting, guys. I truly believe that these are all possible. I believe we could go way beyond this as well, but let's stay conservative for now. When we get there, we can adjust our plan. We also have this target up here at 91 cents. And so I would like to share this Fibonacci on this side that I have over here. I have it drawn from this low on a higher time frame to this current high. And we can see that we've came back and touched the 50% of this retracement of this large move up right here, which was actually a pretty big gain. If you got in at those levels, it was around a 33x already. Although this is okay. Many coins do large runs before they do even larger runs. Now, this 0.618 leads to this 15 cents, which is going to be an extremely crucial area, I do believe. And I would also like to show you guys, if we redraw to this chart's low, you can see there's very little data. And this is the only chart for SHX that actually has the most data. So if we draw from this low to this high, then we would actually reach this 91-cent high on the 0.618 fib, which from these current levels is a 218x, and I truly believe this is possible. I like this target, and I do believe $1, they don't necessarily go to this exactly, although it's a general range that they will go. They have to go above to bring in some buyers, and then that way they can create liquidity. This is how the markets work. Begin to understand. If you don't know already, these are just things that you should know. And you can see this 0.27 actually lines up really well with this 9-cent target over on this fib. And so I do like these fibs a lot. I think they will be fruitful, and there's a good chance that we could get $1 SHX. I believe it's 100% possible. Now, I would like to cover Velo's chart and what I believe is possible with Velo. I would like to add, guys, none of this is financial advice. These are simply subjective ways to draw out charts, although they may be very helpful to you in the future if you own the asset already. Now, I'm not saying go buy this because it's going to happen, but in my personal opinion, I do believe that these assets are very strong. I will do a deeper dive on SHX, showing its background, showing why it's so good, and you will begin to understand. So, one more time, this is not financial advice, but, and take this with a grain of salt, but these are my targets if price goes there for my personal bag. So you can understand. I will be beginning to take some profit at some of these levels, depending on how the chart's looking. I will be updating you guys with YouTube videos as this happens. And yes, we can continue now. Not financial advice, my opinion, my targets, although do what you want with them. So on Velo here, we have two Fibonacci's drawn as well. This one on this side on the left is the move from the top here to the bottom with our, with our extension levels. We have around $2.50, $3.1, $5, about $7, and about $8.90, so around $9, which from these current levels, this is, of course, these are extension levels. These are if we go above the all-time high, although I do believe this is very possible. Check out my other two videos if you haven't. They are extremely crucial and will help you understand why this is possible. Although from these current levels, at our first level, around $2.50, that is an 179x already. Our second level, a 226x. Our third level, a 376x. Fourth level, a 520x. And our final level is a 655x. Now, this would be insane. I'm not going to lie. Although, I do believe this is 100% possible. You give it long enough, these prices will happen. You look back in 10 years, these prices will be smashed through. I guarantee it. So, now, the reason that I partly believe this is possible as well is if we look over here on this side with my other Fibonacci that I've drawn, this is off of a 6-month time frame, and we have gone from the low to this monthly high, which was in May, and drawn there, we have this 0.618 fib that leads to about 22 cents. This is right about where this 0.886 fib is from our top to our bottom, which is a strong confluence that this will be an area of interest. Like I said, I expect us to not just come to here and then go down, but we come here, we go up a little bit. We have this subjective trend line. Third touches on a trend line are very important. So maybe we get some sort of turbulence in here. We get a pullback. Maybe you, not financial advice, maybe you dollar cost average out just a tiny bit up here. We get a pullback, you get back in more, and then we begin to head towards these higher targets. The road will be bumpy, it will not be straight, although I do believe that higher targets are in the sights for both of these assets. I know myself at $9, things will be insane if we could get there. And I would like to show you guys this market cap of Sight. We have ADA here. I'll show you guys the chart as well. And when ADA began, ADA started out at 0.025, so about 2.5 cents, around here. And it headed up to this price. There isn't chart structure for it on this chart or on any that I can find, although we headed up to around 35 cents, so a very large gain in a very quick manner. And then we came back down and we swept all the way to the low. Now from that low, we were still able to get an 130, roughly 130x. And that is only what has happened yet. This is going to be ADA's second upcoming run. Velo is in a similar boat as it opened during a bull run and had this very large run up from 5 cents to $1.80, which was a 37x. You understand where I'm going? And then we swept all of that move, which created large amounts of liquidity since people bought in thinking that this was probably the low. And moves like this are simple. They're to create buyers, okay? Now, what does this do? This large downside, it creates sellers. Although we are sitting here with our hands in our lap, with a bunch of tokens in our pocket, just smiling at this chart because this is a beautiful chart. We have this Adam and Eve here, as well as sort of this cup and a handle if you separated this. And I believe that this is going to absolutely rip in the future. You guys can see too, if we compare with the price of ADA now, if Velo reached the market cap of ADA, it would be $1.62, which is absolutely insane. I truly do believe too that Velo will have a higher value than ADA. What they're working on is payments and sectors with a lot more money in them. Now, if we go to ADA's all-time high, we can see that that Velo would reach $12.85. This is why I say that this $9 target is not out of the horizon, okay? Do not get shaken out over a little move that is not even worth your time, okay? Sit back, relax, and understand that this market is filled with money. This would be a $95 billion market cap, although I 100% believe this is possible. If we go back to this ADA chart, we can see that this move happened in the span of 600 days, so roughly 2 years, okay? Although we've already began the move on Velo, so we're already partly there. And on top of that, this move was huge, okay? In 2 years, its market cap did a 168x essentially. Okay? That is how you can think of it. So Velo being in this boat, look at how long Velo has accumulated at these lows over here. We've already been in this range for 609 days exactly, folks. So look at how those things play out. I do believe that the next 8 months could be very fruitful for Velo, and well, 8 months to 12 months. And we will see, guys. Keep this in mind. Understand that these coins are small now, but if you give them enough time, they have so much potential. I hope you guys enjoyed these targets. I hope you guys write them down, put them on your chart. If you do enjoy, comment, like, subscribe, please. It helps the channel. We can grow. We can get more Valorians. There is so much more to cover. I am excited to keep posting for you guys. Let me know if you enjoyed. Thank you. Have a great day. Peace out.